Good morning students. How are you all? Great. I am Khushbu Patel from Saraswati Group of Education welcoming you in the session of Science. Now kids, as you all know that we have started with lesson number 4 which is related to one of the system called the nervous system of the human body. Right? In which we have completed the one part, that is the brain portion. Now we are moving further to the next portion, that is the spinal cord. But as you all know that before I start my session, you all should have a pencil and your textbook. So now as you are having a pencil and a textbook, please open page number 46. Right. Okay. On which the topic called spinal cord is given. Now let me ask you one thing. We have studied about nervous system basic. That nervous system is made up of 3 things: brain, spinal cord and nerves. From these 3 things we have completed brain. Now the next 2 things, which is the spinal cord and nerves, we will cover in this session. Now about spinal cord, a few things we have covered in the previous chapter. That how many bones are there, what is the major role of a spinal cord in our body, what is the other name of it, right? What is the function of a spinal cord? So now we have to move one stage further. So I hope you have opened your textbook, on which page number 46 is the today's topic, that is spinal cord. Right? Which is the most important part of the nervous system. Right? Now tell me one thing. When you are sleeping at night, mosquito will come near your ears and will start humming. That's humming sound you will hear. Even though you are sleeping, your hands will go near the ear to just remove that mosquito. Or if mosquito is biting somewhere on your body and you are sleeping, still your hand will go in that area to give a tap to the, or you can say to give a slap to the mosquito. Why it is so? How can we come to know that some part of our body is damaged, it is injured, I am having pain? Why? It is because of the spinal cord. And let me tell you one thing, that this spinal cord is actually round tubular structure around which the bones are there. And this structure of the bones are known as vertebral column, in which the spinal cord is protected. But the spinal cord is also having a network of nerves. When you are going on the highway, you can see that electric poles are having wires which are connected with each other. What is the major role of these wires? These wires are passing the electricity from one place to another place, just because they are connected with each other. Same way, nerves are connected with the spinal cord and they are doing certain type of the messaging function. What? That we will cover here. See in your textbook. The spinal cord originates from the medulla and extended almost till the lower end of our backbone. In the picture you can see that the spinal cord is connected with the brain. But which part of the brain? Medulla. And it is extended toward the back portion. From here till here. Right? We know that. I have explained this prior also. It is extended till the lower part of our body. It is a tube-like structure which is surrounded and protected by the vertebral column. If you will see the picture, you will come to know that spinal cord is something like a tube from top to bottom. This part of that spinal cord is connected with the brain. And this part is connected down till the lower backbone. But this spinal cord is very much delicate. So it needs protection. So who is protecting the spinal cord? Bones of a backbone. And this one is considered, the bones which is protecting the spinal cord is considered as vertebral column. Column means from top to bottom, right? So that is vertebral column. It is protecting the spinal cord, right? See, it is made up of many nerves. All information between the brain and the rest of the body is transferred with the help of the spinal cord. In the beginning of this lecture, I gave you certain example. Humming sound of the mosquito, biting of the mosquito, right, that all things, right. So how do we come to know that in this area of our body only mosquito is sitting, and then we have to just remove it by tapping it, right? So that is what it is, one type of application, that is a message application, a natural message application. So that message is passed from the different type of nerves to the brain or maybe to the spinal cord. It's been passed from nerves to brain or to spinal cord. But where do nerves get the message from? Nerves get the message from organ, or you can say parts of the body, right? Different parts of the body are passing the message to the nerves, and then these nerves are passing message to the brain and spinal cord, right? Our body is having different type of nerves, not only 1, 2, 3 or 10s, many more. There are so many nerves present in the entire human body, my body, your body, and everybody else. They have the entire network of the nerves, right? See here. It also controls the reflex action, that is those that do not involve the brain. Now, reflex action means quick action. When you touch any hot object, you pull back your hand, right? So that is what it is, a quick action. You see a muddy puddle, you will jump. You know that you can't walk in that muddy puddle. So what is that? It's a quick action. Hiccups, hitchkey. It's a quick action. About that we will study in the next session. So this nerves are also controlling the quick action, which is also known as reflex action. It is known as what? Reflex action. Okay? Now, nerves. We will start with that. Nerves are the messenger of our body. Who is the messenger of our body? Nerves. Why? Because they are taking message from the organs or part of the body to the nerves, and then it will pass to the brain or spinal cord. So these middle part is known as nerves, which is also known as messenger of the body, right? A vast network of nerves, vast means very big, a vast network of nerves that runs throughout the body carries messages between the brain and rest of the body. There are so many nerves present in the body. They are interconnected with each other. So it is known as network of nerves, right? And these vast network of nerves are responsible for carrying the messages from organ to the brain, right? Nerves are made up of nerve cells called neurons. Underline this. Nerves are made up of nerve cells called neurons. The picture of neurons is given in your textbook. See. And let me tell you one fact. We have studied cell. Not much, much but a bit in the beginning of lesson number 3. Cell is the basic unit of any human body. So in our body there are so many cells, but the longest cell of the human body is neuron. The longest cell of the human body is what? Neuron. This is for your extra information, you will remember it, right? I hope you have underlined that. Moving further, there are 3 kinds of nerves. Yes, this one is the most important thing. Now we know that nerves are considered as the messenger of the human body. They are passing the messages from organs to the brain. But all these nerves are having different function. They are having different work. According to their work, these all nerves are categorized into 3 categories. So one by one we will start with that. See the first one. What is the first one? The first one is sensory nerves. Now kids, do you remember what is the sense organ? Yes. How many sense organs are present in our body? 5. Can you tell me that? Eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and the larger one which is covering our entire body, that is skin. So these all are the 5 sensory organs. All these sensory organs are connected with different nerves. So the nerves which is connected with the sense organ are known as sensory nerves. They are known as what? They are known as sensory nerves. Right? What is the main function of sensory nerves? See here. They carry messages from the sense organ to the brain or the spinal cord. So the function of the sensory nerve is that it takes the message from sense organ and will pass that message to the brain or to the spinal cord. Right? Just because they are collecting the message from the sense organ, the name is sensory nerves. Right? Again I am repeating, the main function of the sensory nerve is to collect the message from the sense organ, from 5 sense organ. It will pass the message to brain, spinal cord. Right? Suppose you are looking at the person. You will start recalling that who is that person. Immediately you will identify. So how can you see that person? Because of your eye. Something good is cooking at your home. How can you identify? Due to smell. Right? So brain or spinal cord will give the answer of your question. That means what is being cooked? Who is that person? So answer you will get from what? Either from brain or from spinal cord. Right? So sense organs are taking the messages, sensory nerves are taking the messages from the sense organ and then they are passing it to brain or spinal cord. Right? When the brain interprets these messages, we are able to see, hear, smell, taste or feel. Right? Interprets means identify. When the brain will identify the message, will decode the message, and then we can see that yes, this is the smell of this flower, this is the taste of this food. Right? So what is that? The first type of nerves, that is sensory nerves. Clear? Now moving further to the next one. What is that? The next type of the nerve, which is motor nerves. It is known as what? Motor nerves. Now, if the sense organ is giving a message to sensory nerves and it is been decoded by brain or spinal cord, So in return, brain or spinal cord will also give a message to the organ. Yes? So, which nerve is responsible for carrying the message from brain or spinal cord to the organ? Motor nerves. Right? So, the main function of the motor nerve is to take the message from brain or spinal cord and pass that message back to the parts of the body. Right? Parts of the body means it can be organ, it can be muscles, it can be tissue, it can be cell. Right? So from organ to brain, sensory nerves, from brain to parts of the body or organs of the body, that is motor nerves. Very easy to remember. Right? Motor nerves. They carry messages from the brain or the spinal cord to other parts of the body. The muscles or the glands. Right? About glands you will learn, but let me tell you, gland means those who are releasing liquid in your body. Here in your mouth, salivary glands which release saliva. Right? Saliva means thuk. Okay, so salivary glands. When you see any type of a good dish, food dish, your mouth will start watering. So where do this water comes from? It comes from your gland, salivary gland. Gland means which release liquid. Right? So from brain or spinal cord, the message will pass to the parts of the body, organs of the body, muscles, tissue or glands. Right? Our muscles and glands work as instructed by these messages. Whatever the messages brain and spinal cord has given, according to that, the parts of the body will work. The way in school, teachers are giving instruction that you have to take out your classwork. You have to take out your rough book and you have to write these words 5 times. So that instruction, according to that instruction you will work. Same way, organs of the body will work according to the instruction of brain and spinal cord. Right? So that was the second type of nerves, that is motor nerves. Moving further to the third type, that is mixed nerves. Now, these type of nerves are working in both the direction. Now, you may have a question. Direction here? Yes. Direction here means mixed nerve will take the message from organ and will pass it to brain or spinal cord. Right? This is the first direction. And sometimes it is also taking a message from brain or spinal cord and then it is passing to organ back. So this way, 2 ways, this way also and this way also. So these type of nerves are working in both the direction, from organ to brain and from brain to organ. Right? So you can say that mixed nerve is combination of these 2 nerves. Okay? See in your textbook. They carry messages in both directions between the brain or spinal cord and other parts of the body. Right? So they take the messages from both the sides. Sometimes from organ to brain, sometimes organ to spinal cord, sometimes brain to organ, sometimes spinal cord to organ. So in both the direction these type of nerves are working, and so only the name of these nerves is mixed nerves. Clear? So this was about the nerves. Sensory nerves, motor nerves and mixed nerves. You can take a look of it again, and if you want to click a photo of it, again you can do it, because these are the simple points through which you can remember the types of nerves. Okay, so now we are going to see one small short video related to the neuron. Neuron, where the nerves are collected, where the messages are taken from the nerves. And I told you also that neuron is one of the longest cell of the body. Right? So let's start that video.
Structure of a neuron. Start by drawing a star-shaped cell. Within the cell body, draw a small circle to represent the nucleus. From the cell body, draw several root-like structures in all directions. Label these root-like structures as the dendrites. Extend the cell body downwards into a long tube. Label the tube as the axon. Along the length of the axon, draw double-layered long vertical blocks to represent cells with spacing to enclose the tube on either side. Finally, terminate the axon as a branched network. This completes drawing the structure of a neuron diagram.
Now, as we have completed watching this video, we are ending our session. That means I am ending my session over here. Today we have just covered one small topic related to the nervous system, that was spinal cord. Right, and the types of nerves. In the next session, we are going to see about the reflex action and maybe one of the sensory organ. Right? So today, whatever the topic we have covered, please read it from your textbook and go through this video again for any query. We are going to meet in the next session. So till that time, I am taking your leave. Bye bye.